There are cars that move you from one place to another, and then there is the kind of machine that moves something inside you the moment it rolls into view. This is one of those machines. Look at it standing there under the studio lights, untouched, unbothered, like it already knows every eye in the room is on it. And honestly, why wouldn't they be? That grille alone looks like it was carved by someone who wasn't just designing a front end, but building a statement, a wall of vertical chrome slats standing tall like the gates of something you're not quite allowed into yet. And right beside it, those headlights cut through the design like blades of light. Sharp, precise, almost surgical. The kind of detail you only get when engineers and artists finally stop arguing and start agreeing. Walk around to the side and the story keeps going. This isn't a car trying to hide its size. It's a car that owns it. Broad shoulders. A stance that says it was built for roads that don't always stay paved. And yet somehow it looks just as comfortable parked outside a marble-floored villa as it does sitting on a mountain cliff with snow-capped peaks behind it, which tells you everything about the kind of life this thing was designed to live. And then you notice the wheels, dark, multi-spoke, aggressive, wrapped around brakes that don't just stop the car. They announce themselves, calipers proudly wearing their name like a badge of honor. Because when you're built to perform, you don't hide the parts that prove it. Even the exhaust tip, tucked underneath, polished and deliberate, feels less like an afterthought and more like a promise of the sound this thing makes when you finally let it breathe. Step inside, and the mood completely shifts, from bold and commanding on the outside to warm and intimate on the inside. Quilted leather seats, stitched in a diamond pattern that feels like it belongs in a private lounge. Not a back seat. Dark wood trim running across the dashboard and center console like it was pulled straight from a cabin retreat. And every button, every dial, every glowing screen placed exactly where your hand expects it to be. Because true luxury isn't about having more. It's about having everything feel effortless. Slide behind the wheel and the gauges light up in front of you. Clean, sharp, glowing softly, giving you just enough information without ever overwhelming you. Because this cabin was built to keep you calm, even when the world outside is anything but. And that's where this vehicle truly comes alive. Out there, in motion, in conditions that would make lesser cars nervous. Picture it cutting through a rain-soaked city street at night, tires slicing through puddles, reflections of neon and streetlights bending across its silver paint, moving with a kind of quiet confidence that says it isn't afraid of a little weather. Picture it again, this time carving through snow-covered mountain roads, kicking up a light spray of white powder behind it, gripping the road with a stability that feels less like luck and more like engineering. Now picture it on a busy highway at dusk, other cars around it a blur of motion, while it stays composed, planted, in complete control of its own lane and its own story. It doesn't stop there. Take it into the rain again, this time on a wet highway stretching toward a hazy skyline, headlights slicing through the mist, proving that bad weather isn't a limitation for this vehicle, it's just another backdrop. And when the fuel tank runs low, even something as simple as a pit stop becomes part of the experience. Rain pouring down at a roadside petrol station at night, the vehicle standing patiently under the lights while it's refueled. A small, human moment that reminds you this machine, for all its presence, is still built to serve real life, real routines, real journeys. But then the mood shifts again, because this isn't just a city cruiser or a highway companion. Take it up into the wilderness, the trunk open, camping gear neatly packed inside, a couple relaxing by a campfire with mountains rolling endlessly behind them. And suddenly you realize this vehicle isn't choosing between adventure and comfort, it's refusing to choose at all, because it was built to give you both. Autumn leaves drifting past its glass, golden light reflecting off its curves outside a modern glass and stone home. A quiet driveway beside a Mediterranean-style villa at sunset, lanterns glowing warmly against stone walls, while the vehicle sits parked like it belongs there, like it was always meant to be part of that scene. And honestly, isn't that the real test of great design? When a vehicle looks like it belongs everywhere, from marble courtyards to snowy mountain passes, to muddy campsites, without ever losing its identity. Every angle you look at it from tells a slightly different story, sometimes bold and commanding, sometimes warm and welcoming, sometimes fierce and ready for anything, and that's rare. Because most vehicles pick one personality and stick with it. But this one shifts effortlessly, depending on where life takes it. So when you finally step back and take it all in, the aggressive grille, the sharp lighting signature, the muscular stance, the plush interior, the confidence it carries through rain, snow, mountains, cities, and highways alike, you start to understand that this isn't just a vehicle. It's a companion built for people who don't want to compromise between power and comfort, between adventure and elegance, between where they are and where they're going next. Would you buy this? Comment below.